everyone, I know it's been a while, but after this one, I'm sure to be making these videos like at least once a week until it's over. But for anyone who hasn't seen the first video in this series, I'll link it somewhere around here. But basically, I'm going over every masterclass skill and figuring out what move from the L Master it's based off of, like, you know, their boss fights. And this is the second part in the series, so I'll be going over Rosso's students, Elesis and Luciel. So let's start off with Elesis. Flame Lord's skill is called Infernal Gate, or Door to Inferno in KR. This skill is particularly important to me because this is the skill that inspired me to make this entire series. When I first saw this skill, I thought to myself, it looked extremely familiar. And when it finally clicked in my mind was blown, and I knew I had to make a video telling everybody about this. So if you guys haven't figured it out yet, this skill is actually based on the spin from 12.6, Never Ending Darkness. So this makes Rosso students extra special because not only are they taken from his masterclass dungeon, but they are also taken from his Varnamir raid. But yeah, Flame Lord's Infernal Gate is pretty much a fire version of the Crimson Eye spin, except she blows it up at the end with her Infernal Sword. Empire's sword skill is called Majesty. This skill is pretty clearly based off of Rosso's wild vertical and horizontal slashes done with his scythe. I would say they're more closely related to his raid form, as they are very, very long fire trails, while Empire's sword has more sword energy than fire trails and doesn't linger quite as long. The final slash still has that crazy range like Rosso has with his scythe. Bloody Queen's skill is called Bloody Demon. Now this has two Rosso references. While Bloody Queen's alter ego has always been part of her class, appearing in certain win and lose portraits and certain skills, it's also very similar to something Rosso does in the raid. When you fight the 4 Crimson Calamities at the end of the 12.5 dungeon, the Crimson Soul can appear during the fight and attack you, very similar to alter ego. The second reference is in the final stage of the attack with the red spikes that either come from Never Ending Darkness or 12.7 Crimson Cradle of Flames. I think they're more related to the ones in Crimson Cradle since they have the designs on their spikes and not solid colors like the spikes from Never Ending Darkness. Now it's Luciel's turn, and I'm gonna go in a weird order for this one, and I'll tell you why at the end. First up is Catastrophe. Catastrophe's skill is called Final Catastrophe. This skill has probably the most Rosso references out of any of these skills. It's pretty much like one reference per stage. Starting at stage 1, Seal circles back and forth very similarly like Rosso does in his masterclass dungeon with his boomerang scythe. Next in stage 2, Lu summons the Apollyon Demon to summon blue flames, very similar in design to any of Rosso's flame attacks from both the raid and the masterclass dungeon, except it's blue. Now it's stage 3 and Lu summons some Demon Fist Meteors. These are like the Lu version of the meteors Crimson Calamities launch out of their mouths in 12.5 Crimson Tower of Howling Flames. Finally, Lu finishes off with a giant wave of blue fire. Along with the fire itself, it also reminds me of that one attack Rosso does in 12.7, where he pulls his scythe in and it creates a giant wave that pulls you backwards into pits. Diangelion's skill is called Darkest Diangelion. I have to say, it's pretty cool how each of the Luciel masterclass skills have the class name in the skill itself. So anyway, this skill was honestly pretty hard to figure out, but I think I got it. I'm almost positive this skill is based on the Spike Pillar from 12.6 and 12.7. Seal slashes in a similar design, and I can imagine this is like the Luciel version of this attack from the Rosso raid. Just stand in the sky and drop a huge vertical attack. Innocent's skill is called Rain Innocent. So, the reason why Innocent is last here is very, very simple. I literally have no idea where this skill came from. Like, I have racked my brain so hard to figure it out. I'm just like, where does Rosso use anything like this? Where did this actually come from? I legitimately cannot figure it out. That is why this took so long. Like, it doesn't even have any fire. I can't even say it's related to fire because it has no, like, fire anywhere. But I do have 2 theories of where I think Rain Innocent might come from. My first one is Rosso's Crimson Stonefall, as in that attack, Rosso targets a zone and drops a rock on that spot. It's sort of similar because Seal will shoot a target zone, and then Lu follows up, dropping a giant spear attack. And my second theory is based on the stage 4 attack, as once all the spears fire, they do kind of like a screen-wide explosion. This is kind of similar to how Rosso's ultimate attack, Crimson Fever, as when the attack fires, it creates a giant screen explosion. That is kind of similar in visual effects. The colors are a bit different, but that's always been a consistent theme here. Again, I am not 100% confident but these are the kind of best 2 ideas that I can figure out. And there we go, those are the origins of the masterclass skills for Luciel and Elesis. Tell me what you guys think, tell me if you like this video series. I am sorry again that this one took so long, but you know, Raven's masterclass was released in KR, I had to look at that, and try to figure out the Luciel ones were pretty difficult. But regardless of that, tell me what you guys think. If you guys know what Innocent skill is based off, maybe I was wrong, maybe it was this attack that Rosso did that I completely forgot about. I have no idea. There's also that one attack he does at the end of, no, at the beginning of 12.6. If you fail the spike part, there's this little animation that plays. Maybe it's based on that. I haven't seen that animation in so long. I only saw it once on the stream by accident. But anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video about Ventus.